What's up everyone, and welcome back to another MotoGP 25 gameplay video. I hope you're all having an amazing day because today's race is going to be something special. This time, we're stepping into the boots of one of the greatest riders the sport has ever seen, Marc Marquez. Today's challenge takes us to the spectacular Qatar Grand Prix at the Lusail International Circuit. And to make things even more exciting, we're not starting from the front of the grid. Instead, we're lining up all the way back in 16th position. That means one thing and one thing only, a comeback mission. Our objective is simple: fight through the field, hunt down every rider ahead, and see if we can put Marc Marquez on the top step of the podium under the lights of Qatar. So grab your helmets, sit back, and enjoy the ride because this is going to be an unforgettable race. Now, let's talk about the circuit. Lusail International Circuit is one of the most unique venues on the MotoGP calendar. Located just outside Doha, Qatar, it made its Grand Prix debut back in 2004 and has become famous for hosting races beneath powerful floodlights, making it the first permanent night race in MotoGP history. The atmosphere here is unlike anywhere else in the world. As darkness falls over the desert, the entire circuit lights up, creating a breathtaking backdrop for some of the fastest motorcycle racing on the planet. The track measures just over 5.3 kilometers and features 16 corners, 10 right-handers and 6 left-handers. While it may look simple on paper, Lusail rewards riders who can maintain corner speed, brake with precision, and maximize their drive onto the long main straight. Speaking of that straight, it's over 1 kilometer long, making it one of the best places on the calendar for slipstream battles. Riders often arrive at turn 1 at well over 340 kilometers per hour before braking as late as physically possible. That braking zone has witnessed some of the closest overtakes and most dramatic opening laps in MotoGP history. For Marc Marquez though, racing has never just been about riding the perfect lap. Throughout his career, he's built a reputation as one of the fiercest racers the sport has ever seen. It doesn't matter where he starts on the grid, his mindset has always been exactly the same. Attack every braking zone, look for every opportunity, and never stop fighting until the checkered flag. That mentality has produced some of the most memorable moments in MotoGP history. We've seen him save crashes that looked physically impossible, recover from difficult races, and turn weekends that seemed lost into podium finishes. Those moments didn't happen by luck. They came from years of trusting the front tire more than almost anyone else on the grid. One of Marc's biggest strengths has always been racecraft. Pure speed is important, but knowing when to make a move is what separates champions from everyone else. Some riders force overtakes. Marc often creates them. He pressures the rider ahead, studies their braking points, waits for a single mistake, and then commits without hesitation. Lusail rewards exactly that kind of patience. The kilometer-long main straight creates perfect slipstream opportunities, but the real challenge begins when the riders arrive at turn 1 at more than 340 kilometers per hour. Brake too early and you'll lose the position. Brake too late and you'll run wide. Finding that perfect balance lap after lap is what makes this circuit so demanding. Over the years, the Qatar Grand Prix has delivered unforgettable battles. Under the lights, with sparks flying from beneath the bikes and engines echoing through the desert, some of MotoGP's closest finishes have unfolded right here. It's one of those races where the atmosphere feels just as dramatic as the action on track. Marc Marquez has enjoyed some incredible performances at Lusail, but this circuit has also tested him in ways few others have. Every visit here tells a different story. Some nights end in victory, while others become lessons in resilience. That's one of the reasons fans love watching him race. He never settles for an easy result. Every lap is ridden with the same determination to move forward. Watching Marc attack a circuit is almost like watching controlled chaos. The bike moves beneath him, the rear tire squirms under braking, and yet everything remains under control. It's an aggressive style that has become instantly recognizable to MotoGP fans around the world. And that's what makes comeback rides so fascinating. Starting from the front is one thing. Starting deep in the pack demands a completely different skill set. Every overtake has to be calculated. Every decision matters. One poor move can cost several positions, while one perfectly timed attack can gain 3 or 4 places in a single sector. As the laps go by, the race begins to evolve. Fuel loads become lighter, tires start wearing down, and the smallest differences in riding style begin to appear. Some riders focus on preserving their tires. Others push relentlessly from the first lap. Finding the right balance is often what decides the outcome long before the final lap arrives. And while the race continues to unfold, one thing remains certain. Whenever Marc Marquez is charging through the field, there's always the feeling that something spectacular could happen at any moment. That's exactly what has made him one of the defining riders of his generation, and it's why races like this are always worth watching until the very end. Here we go, the final corner of the Qatar Grand Prix. What a ride this has been from Marc Marquez, starting all the way back in 16th on the grid, and somehow, against all odds, he's fought his way to the front. One final drive onto the main straight, the checkered flag is waving, and Marc Marquez wins the Qatar Grand Prix. What an unbelievable comeback! From P16 to P1 under the lights of Lusail, a masterclass in racecraft, late braking, and relentless determination. That wasn't just a victory, that was a statement. If this performance is anything to go by, the rest of the MotoGP grid has been put on notice. Marc Marquez is back, and when he's in this kind of form, there's simply no counting him out.
Despite the fact there is no other rider on the grid who's won as much as him, this guy's thirst for victory never seems to subside. Marquez back on the top step of the podium. Another great race, Marc.